Welcome to Sports Shorts Daily, presented by LeBear's Casino, everyone. I'm Ronnie Rance alongside Tommy Krysan. It is Rougarou Wednesday here in this Hump Day edition. TK joining us from Court Street Cafe, just 6-7 minutes across the river from Rougarou Land, Pete Goldsby Field, which opening day is next Tuesday. I'm at an undisclosed location presented by Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame induction featuring Andrew Whitworth, Nick Saban, April Burkholder, Joe Sherman, etc., is going to be Saturday, June 28th. We'll be here before you know it. Saturday, June 28th. A lot going on as well. Go to lasportshall.com that weekend. And, of course, we're presented by LeBear's Casino. We told you about that. We were at LeBear's Casino, the best place to be for all the – this is kind of like March Madness for basketball, except it's baseball, and it starts on Friday. And a great place to go is a sports book and watch the games, get some great food. Well, watch a number of games. You can bet right there at the window, the machines, whatever. Play a little blackjack, get some good food. Go check it out over at LeBear's Baton Rouge. All right, TK. So LSU baseball, the Tigers play at 2:00 on Friday, and now we know when. They'll take on Arkansas Little Rock, who's got a losing record and finished 8th in the Ohio Valley, had a miracle run in their conference tournament. We know now when they'll play on Saturday.
Yeah, if LSU loses, they would play at 1:00 against the loser of the late game Friday, second game Friday. If they win, it's set for 5:00, provided the 1:00 game doesn't drag along. And, the weather forecast, that'll change between now and then. So that's what you're looking at. And then, if they would win Friday afternoon, win Saturday evening, they'd be in the driver's seat having to get beat twice on Sunday. And there's like a 2:00, 8:00 gap there. Because somebody's going to play twice, they're giving them a little time. So Jay Johnson said, hey, don't ask me who's going to pitch Friday. I know you and I talked about that at length on Sports Shorts Daily the other day. He said, don't ask me. I'm not going to tell you. 2:00 game. It's probably going to get out around noon, and then social media will have it a little bit after that as to who will pitch for LSU. It's a big conversation, big topic. You and I agreed on Monday. Johnny Holstaff, when you look at the numbers of Little Rock, I mean, you got to believe they can beat them without Anderson or Ianson.
My point of saying that was to say, you're going to have Johnny Holstaff's going to have to throw one game because you only got 2 starters, and whoever you throw is going to be a Johnny Holstaff situation, meaning like you're looking for an opener, and hopefully they can give you 3 innings, maybe 4, and then you're going to throw Johnny Holstaff. If you're going to do it eventually, my thought is you do it against Arkansas Little Rock in the first game versus doing it against a better team, let's say a Dallas Baptist potentially on Sunday, against a better team, because they're going to go whole staff too, at that point. Whoever you play on Sunday, if you win your first 2 games, is going to be going whole staff because most people don't have 4 starters. So because of that, if you got to throw whole staff, I'd rather throw them against a team with a losing record who's been awful all year except for one. The path for LSU to Omaha as a 6 seed, they should send a box of crawfish, a box of Ponchatoula strawberries, a dough badge cake from Gambino's, a Rocco's po' boy, a Tremonti's hamburger sack, whatever. Send it to J.R. Teagues and that selection committee is only 10-person selection committee, which includes the AD at Southern Miss as well. Send it all to them as a thank you package, because their route as a 6 seed is easier than Vanderbilt's route as a number 1 seed on paper. I know things can change. That doesn't mean anything, but on paper, this is the easiest regional in the country. And on paper, having Clemson at home is better than having an SEC team at home. Now, I know Kentucky could come through as a 3 seed or something and shock the world, but the fact that they're just not matched up with another regional, it's a pretty nice path for LSU.
Yeah, of course, Jay Johnson will never say that, but he knows, and he'll go to work, he and the staff. And you're right, it is. I mean, the consensus, all the pundits and the people that talk college baseball 24/7, that's the easiest of the 16 regionals. But, like somebody told me, said, is Slippery Rock coming here? Stony Brook coming here? I said, no Stony Brook, who came in, and Coastal Carolina came into Baton Rouge one year too, years ago on their way to a title. So, hey, It is what it is, and the old cliche: line up and play one game at a time.
The uh, the atmosphere this weekend is going to be exciting. I mean, they had a record crowd just a few weeks ago against Tennessee, and obviously even one, those tickets were bought. We know what happened on that Friday night when Jones hit the walk-off homer at 1:15 in the morning. There's excitement around this program. It's been building. Of course, they won the national championship in 23. This has the same feel. It is going to be jam-packed. I've already had, you always get a lot of requests for tickets during a regional weekend. And I don't know that this is necessarily more than I've ever had before, but I think it's going to be just absolutely a tough ticket on Saturday when they take on potentially DBU Saturday night.
Well, and I can tell you right now, the prices on SeatGeek are through the roof. Okay, I mean they are way up there. I expected them to be high, but they're even higher than high
But
on
Tommy, I'm telling
SeatGeek.
you, look, my advice for everyone, okay, as a professional ticket buyer, seller, basically, like, wait until an hour before. Wait until the gates open. There's no value ever in any sport. Super Bowl, LSU, Alabama football. There's never value in buying the tickets ahead of time. They always go down. Listen, sometimes they go down a lot, sometimes they go down a little. They never go up. In the history of any kind of anything, they never go up. They're always more expensive on Wednesday than they are on Saturday, 2 hours before game time. So if folks are out there looking to buy tickets, wait, and fight the urge to just get them now. They're always going to be there, and they're going to be less.
Yeah, most people just go to the park like you got a ticket. Okay, so you can get parked, you can walk into it, walk up to the stair, whatever you got to do, and then get on the phone because you can do it all right there on the phone. And I mean, at 1:30, you might get a good deal on a good seat. Relatively speaking, you're not going to get it for $5, but you're going to get a good deal. And I know a lot of people are going to do that. I'm hunting for some tickets. The oldest grandson wants to go to the game, and I'll see what happens.
And if you're an extrovert type, walk around with your fingers up because, college baseball and even LSU football for that matter, a lot of people hold on to their tickets because, they anticipate friends or family or, whatever, they think, well, my buddies, people at work are going to hit me up. I don't want to get rid of them. And then an hour before game time, 30, whatever, you're in the parking lot or you're walking down the sidewalk in front of the box or Tiger Stadium with your fingers up, somebody may just flat give them to you, or they may sell them to you at way cheaper than you expect, but you don't know unless you ask. And at the end of the day, my advice to people, unless you just don't care and you don't mind paying, it's not going to hurt your pocketbook, then go ahead and buy them. But if you're trying to get the best deal, you're trying to get the best value, always, no matter what it is, I don't care if it's a Phantom of the Opera tickets or whatever, buy them 2 hours before game time, an hour before game time.
And if you can't get tickets or you don't want to pay whatever, they start practice tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. They go in the seating order: LSU, Dallas Baptist, Rhode Island, and Little Rock. Free to the public. You can go on in, sit, grab you a seat, and watch 4 teams work out if that fits your schedule and that's what you want to do, and it's free. So that may be a second plan for the guy or the people that might want to not shell out the bucks.
As far as the odds go to make it to win this regional, you have to lay 400 and change around. I've seen it a couple of different ways. I've seen it around 390. I've seen it over 400. You basically got to lay $400 to win 100 on LSU to win this regional. I think, Tommy, that's the most in the country. I'm pretty sure that's the highest odds in the country. To give you a comparison, Coastal Carolina is like 105 to win 100. You know what I mean? Like they're barely better than even. Tennessee's around minus 250, but LSU according to the bookmakers, has the easiest path to the super regionals. You got to lay 400 to win 100. Not a lot of value, as Tommy Chrysan would do. You wouldn't probably pay that.
No, I'm not going to do minus 400. I mean, if you got a ton of money, you can bet 4,000 to win a little bit. But no, I'm not going to do that. But I may do some run lines on the game or some totals when they come out. And of course, like you said earlier, ESPN Bet Sportsbook at LeBear's great place to watch the game. All the regional scores will be flying around, and I mean, they got a ticker tape thing above the bar out there at ESPN Bet, so that'd be a great place to go. Where you don't have to, buy the tickets and be in the heat. It's going to be hot and humid. We know that.
Another regional, like that I like a lot is like if you're trying to look for regionals, and maybe you can parlay them, right? Maybe you can parlay something. I like LSU, I like Arkansas, and I like Arizona. Those three regionals, and even probably if I had to pick a fourth, as far as like as much of a lock as I think you can call a lock, I'll take Tennessee as well. So Tennessee, LSU, Arkansas, and Arizona. If you got a parlay four to try to get some value, and go for that. That would be my four.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. It's going to be a fun weekend. A lot of school board watching. A lot of people burning up the phone. I got an app that'll have all the scores on it, pretty much real time. They're not too far behind in most cases.
NBA finals going on right now. Not
No,
the final,
the
about to go on
conference
right
finals.
now. We
Yeah.
got the finals of the East and the West. Nothing really dramatic going on. Both of them 3-1 series. Staring down the barrel of Oklahoma City taking on the Indiana Pacers. That's going to not be good for ratings. If you're the NBA, you almost can't. I mean, that'd be like a New Orleans taking on Indiana.
Denver.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
another. I don't know, maybe Minnesota. I don't know. It's a bad run. They want East Coast, they want West Coast, they want superstars. They're not going to get that, even though you got superstars. You don't have that in the major metropolises. Don't know that I really care. I actually like both teams, Oklahoma City and Indiana. I like the way they play. I like their organizations. I think Indiana is probably where I'm pulling, just because they're old school. Reminds you a little bit of the Bad Boys. They're as physical can be in the game these days, and they play real team basketball. So, I guess I'm pulling for Indiana, but I could really care less. And I know, Tommy, you don't, watch the NBA at all.
Yeah, well, and Indiana's never won a championship, so if they win, you get that angle. And Oklahoma City used to be the Seattle Supersonics. They won one with Jack Sikma and them back there, but they haven't got one in Oklahoma City. Charles Barkley said Oklahoma City, he guarantees they're going to win the title, the world championship, and he will bet anybody any amount they want to bet if you don't think Oklahoma City is going to win. That's Barkley, who knows a whole lot more about it than you and I.
Yeah, that's what we got going. Anything else, TK, going on?
Well, just we got the Rougarou Tuesday night. We want people at the ballpark, Pete Goldsby Field. Gordon McKernan's got your ticket. Going to be a big crowd, full blown concession stand, beer. Got everything. Great family experience. Baton Rouge Rougarou. We want to see a big crowd Tuesday and Wednesday for that matter. Then they hit the road for a couple of
Kid
days.
umpire will be there. Who'll actually be working the games. The third umpire, get Cajun Ninja, will be involved. Throwing first pitch, meeting people, handing out some payal seasoning. Of course, Gordon will be there, picking up the tab for the ticket for everybody, and it's gonna be a great game. And then Wednesday night, we'll play again. So Tuesday, Wednesday, 7:00. Wednesday, we're going to have AP baseball night. We're going to about to promote that and invite everybody that is involved with AP baseball. You wear your hat, you wear your shirt, you get in free to the game. Coaches, fans, players, whatever. Anything that says AP baseball on it, you're going to get in free Wednesday night to the game. So all kind of cool stuff. Anyway, that's about it, TK. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to let you tell us about Court Street Cafe.
Court Street Cafe, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Come by, get the lunch specials. They're all over Facebook and Instagram. The dinner specials, the dinner of the week, the drink specials. They'll have some LSU baseball on Friday and Saturday. Court Street Cafe, Jason and the staff do a super job right here in Port Allen, a couple of minutes over the Mississippi River Bridge. In fact, I got to go to Pete Goldsby Field when I leave here. I'll get to Goldsby Field in less than 10 minutes. So, hey, you can get it done, but we want you to check out Court Street Cafe. Normally, we're here on a Monday. They were closed this past Monday for Memorial Day. So back open, and we're here today. Friday, I'll be out at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. They still got everything you need for crawfish, steak, seafood, bourbon, wine, liquor. But Court Street Cafe, find them on Facebook and Instagram. Great way to keep up with what they do, all the specials, the different things. Court Street Cafe. As we always say, like and share this show, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or X. Like and share this show. That helps out. On behalf of Ronnie Rance and Jason and the staff here at Court Street Cafe, I'm Tommy Krysan. Have a great day, everyone.